Hey guys, today we're going to do a quick look inside the box of this guy. The rifle models, 1/35 scale, M551A Sheridan. Okay, let's head down to the bench, take a look. Okay, here we go. Full disclaimer, this is actually the third time I've filmed this. I filmed it twice earlier today. The first time the light had some light issues, second time you could barely hear the audio, so hopefully this time's better. Third time's the charm. Oh, I just knocked over my camera. It's one of those days today. Okay, here we go. So again, rifle models just recently released. Model number 5020, M551A1 Sheridan. Now when I hear this, those people in the UK probably resonate with them. Sheridan, I just think of Keep Up Appearances. That show used to be on TV in the late 80s, early 90s. There's a character in there called Sheridan, which I don't know why, it's just some kind of random thing, but it reminds me of that. Anyway, great box art, as always with rifle models. Really captured it well. This looks like the version from, I think it's early 90s, probably Gulf War, Desert Storm kind of era. This tank has been around for a while, mostly Vietnam, then onwards from the 70s, up from there. There's two schemes in this, as you'll see in a minute. There's the desert one right here, and there's also the NATO camo as well. So looking around the box real quick, see there's some nice photo etch included, grills. It's just a cool looking tank, I think, too. One nice thing about this box too, as well, is it's not one of these huge boxes. Now some armor kits nowadays, you know, this thick, packed full of plastic, thousands of pieces, just get bored with it or lose the will to do it. This looks like, again, this is my third time doing this review, so I have looked inside it, obviously, and there's not too much plastic in here. There's enough, not too little, just kind of perfect amount, I think. So you can really kind of build it up pretty quickly and then kind of really look at some of the weathering and details. Some of the Tamiya kits, armor kits, fantastic. Classic kits, but they get good, not many parts, a couple of sprues, and they get them together in a couple of evenings, whereas this, there's a few more pieces, so it will keep your attention a bit longer. Okay, so we open the box up. Okay, firstly there is some nice photo etch, grills, and a couple of smaller pieces. The spring, as I've again gone through this already, this actually goes in the barrel. So I'm not exactly sure the point of this, because it's a static model, so there's no recoil or anything. But I guess I don't think you really see it. But anyway, it goes into the barrel. Correction sheet. I guess they screwed up the instructions a little bit. A couple of part numbers are wrong, so just step 54, page 34. Just reference this. And then the instructions. I'm not going to go through every single item, take forever. If you want more information, just pause it. You can kind of look at your own time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sprues, a spring, and the decals. So this one's a little bit different. You don't start with, normally with armor kits you always start with like the lower hull and the wheels and suspension, that kind of stuff. Here you actually start with the turret and the command kind of cupola. 50 cal gun. Again, nice instructions, nicely laid out. Rifle models are really doing some great kits right now. They're kind of my favorite in terms of armor. Some fantastic kits. They not just these kind of kits, these exterior kits. They also do some nice kits with full interiors, Panthers and Tigers and whatnot. Also bringing out a Challenger 2 British tank in January or February 2020. Which looks fantastic. That kit looks great too. Like this one, it's just the exterior model. So we're going back to this one, going to the barrel. 2-piece barrel. Now you see the spring goes inside it. So maybe there's a little bit of recoil. I'm not sure exactly what the deal with that is. Well, I guess when you build it, we'll find out. Again, still working on the turret. We're up to step 24. I'm still working on the turret. Just the way this is designed, a lot of stuff is going on here. So this is where most of the pieces are going in this section right here. Okay, continue on. Then I'm starting to photo etch and do kind of basket at the back of the turret. I mean, there's a lot of steps here we're looking at. You know, going through these pages, but there's not a lot of stuff on each step. It's quite nicely laid out and spread out, so you're not going to get overwhelmed. Some instructions of manufacturers have like millions of different things going on, whereas some of these, you know, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 9 or 10 pieces. That only has a couple of pieces, so it's quite easy to follow. Remember to drill a couple of things. I think we always forget those parts we have to drill. Then working on the upper turret, some more photo etch again. Side skirts, working on the upper turret, sorry, not turret, working the upper hole, sorry. Some grab handles and smaller pieces going on. Again, we're up to 50, step 50, but again, there's not 1,000, you know, there's a couple of pieces in each step, so it's not that bad. You can whip through this pretty quick, I think. Step 48, you start working with suspension, so again, it's kind of backwards to all the way kits are done. You always normally start with the wheels, so I'm doing this at the end on this one. So suspension arms, it's not working by looks of it, not working suspension. Again, that's suspension arms 2. It's the other side. Wheels and then track. So the nice thing about this is length and length track. So you're not building 1,000 different pieces here to make track. It takes, you know, weeks. You got long piece at the top, short piece at the bottom, and then you've got 17 pieces that make up the front curve, 16 pieces that make up the back curve. Nice and simple. And then it all goes together. So you have the commander kind of cupola, I think it's cupola what we call it, or commander's kind of, I'm not sure the exact terminology. When you get the turret, upper hole, lower hole, all kind of goes together. Then two color schemes. So one thing negative on this one, doesn't say who it is. Normally on these instructions it normally says which regiment or squadron or aircraft or whatever it belongs to, and maybe an age, a date. Here there's nothing, so you have to kind of do some research, I guess. So like I said, this is kind of the Gulf War kind of markings. Again, I'm not no idea. Deathstalker, other than that, I have no idea what kind of regiment or brigade or whatever it belongs to, other than U.S. Army or Marines, one or two. Then there's the other scheme that's quite nice too, the NATO camo Bretone. Colors in MiG, as mostly MiG is doing quite a lot of these instructions right now, seemingly in MiG, but you can always go and, you know, change, go online and look at your colors, and it's pretty generic, like NATO brown and NATO green, that kind of stuff. So all color ranges have that. Cool. So that's the instructions. That's kind of, again, this is a plastic, not a lot. So just let's go through some of these. So the first bag. Again, some really nice detail. Shame the barrel's 2 parts, so you can have a seam line take care of. I wish that was 1 part, but hey ho. You can probably find a metal barrel if you want to go that route. Look at some of these little small parts. There's no flash, crisply molded, looking good. And like on these hatches here, you can kind of see it. It's kind of texture to it, like cast iron kind of texture, which is really nice. Okay, that's the first one. Next up is these are matching pair of tracks. I don't think I really need to get these out, but kind of see. Actually, yeah, I will actually. So, as I mentioned on instructions, you got something simple. You got upper and lower, and then the small pieces make up the front and back. But this is one side of this mount sprue. That's it for one side of tracks. You don't some kits now you have like 20 of these full of pieces. So nice that you have that. The wheels are really nice. Nice. You can see the bolts on there. I'm not sure you can see it on camera, but once you've had a wash to that, it's going to show up really nice. Okay, and again, match pair, one for each side. Here's the upper hole. Again, tons of rivet detail. They've got the anti-slip kind of texture, kind of molded in, which is really nice. And this isn't a huge tank either, so if I kind of put the cutting mat here and measure it, it's about 7 inches long, so it's not a huge piece of armor at all. Again, rivets all over it. Let's see, I'll turn the light down a little bit, you might be able to see it better. Okay. Next sprue. Just a few little odds and ends. The basket for the back. Don't need to open that one. Nothing much interesting on that one. This one. Again, it has a nice kind of cast iron kind of texture on some of these parts. The mantle as well, the gun mantle. It's like the gun. Some tools, shovel and an axe. Again, all crispy molded, all looks good. That's one thing I like. This is why I think Riffield really take it up from Meng in armor. Some of the Meng kits are really kind of flashy. Ejection pin mark, clean up them quite a bit well nowadays. For the price, these guys are on the ball. Relatively new, last few years, but I mean they got producing some quality stuff right now. This is the last sprue. The lower part of the hull, again, this nice texture, anti-slip kind of plates, marks on there, different textures within it. The sides, the hull. Have a nice crisp sprue. Again, no issues. A few ejection pins, but they're all on the back, so that's not going to cause any problems at all with this stuff. Lastly, clear parts. Really clear. Again, clear parts on armor isn't really such a big deal. Most of these you're probably going to paint like a clear art green kind of armored kind of color anyway. You can see they're super clear. Then finally, these guys, like rubber, bendy rubber. So a couple of hoses and some poly caps maybe for the wheels. Again, piece of rubber. So that is it, really. So, I mean, there's not a ton to it, not those 9 sprues, but that's enough to keep you busy. It looks like a great kit. I really just like it. I think it looks cool with the short barrel, just awesome looking tank piece of armor. Again, 1/35 scale. Model number 5020. No, I forgot to show you the decals. Where are the decals? Did I show the decals? Oh, behind the photo etch. So the photo etch, and then behind again with armor. There's barely any, just a couple. Look perfectly fine to me. Again, it's only 2 or 3 that goes in the armor kit, not tons like an aircraft or a car. That's it. So cool. So great looking kit. I've got a lot going on right now, but I want to build this. I went through and did kind of a list of 6 models I want to 5 or 6 I want to start this year. Next to build out of my stash, and then 5 are going to be aircraft. But this is going to be the one armor kit I do. I just really fancy it. I say I'm more of an aircraft guy right now. Mojo kind of went on armor, but this one I kind of really caught my eye. It does look interesting, not thousands of pieces, and I think it'd be fun, you know, build up quickly and then really go to town wearing. I do find the desert camo is kind of really easy, well not easy, but easier, and it's good. It's kind of conducive to weathering. You can do a lot of streaking grime and dust and stuff, and it really shows up on this color, which makes it nice. So that's pretty much it. So let's say a quick unboxing and looking through the box of this again Riffield models M551A1 Sheridan. Hope you liked that. Look forward to seeing. Hopefully check out some more of my videos, and I'll see you next time. Thank you and goodbye.